Wow. So, all right, can you explain to people what a day in the life is for someone like you right now? I mean, I don't think you're just sitting around in front of a cauldron, giving out spells. So tell me what you do all day.
Well, that's the morning, I'll have you know. Actually, okay, so we moved from LA to Miami literally right as COVID hit, so that was fabulous. It was sort of like like everybody else, nothing really was happening for 2 years, and I had divorced my ex
Mhm.
of 19 years. The irony is we all moved out to Miami together. My children ended up living with me, but we finally, even while I was getting divorced from David, we were still living under the same roof, which was odd to say the least.
Yeah.
But we finally got to Miami and started to get settled. But it was rough in the beginning because my divorce was fairly contentious and so yeah, it was rough. So those 2 years were more about me healing and getting my children settled, which they are all now.
Do you have a good relationship with him now, at least with co-parenting? And I mean, I know two of the girls are older, but
Well, yeah, but we were always a super, super tightly knit family unit. And even when I told him, I wanted to get separated, I said, because we were best friends, and I said, I still want us to be good friends. There doesn't need to be any animosity. Let's do this smoothly. And I was finally like, I want to get divorced. I need to be separated completely. It literally went sideways and um, I felt incredibly vulnerable. And, everyone that goes through divorce will feel like they've been taken advantage of, hoodwinked. And I did. And everything, as in my opinion, while we were out here in Miami, we said that we wanted a truce with one another. And so we literally spent every birthday with our children together, every holiday together. Um, but recently it got very toxic. I felt like, well, with my marriage, it started to get very controlling and stifling. It felt the same thing with me really trying to be friends with him.
right.
It was not working. And so no, we are not great at all. But I just want to get to a point where, and I think it just happened actually, where you know the ties are cut.
Right. Are you able to, first of all, if you date somebody, do they have to be Wiccan or believe in witchcraft?
It's hot.
Say that again.
Just hot.
Just hot. Oh, okay. So you don't care what really, are you on like any of the dating apps? Are you dating somebody right
No, no, I'm not. I haven't
now?
even explored dating out here. I'm like literally, I think I'm so now that I'm sort of I feel like I've gone through my whole healing part. Now I am contemplating. I mean, I have a couple of my best friends that live out here, and my one friend Hope, she says I have cobwebs, which she's probably accurate about. But he keeps telling me that I have to take it out for a test drive, which I don't right now. The idea of dating is not really in my peripheral. I certainly do look at pretty things. But I just right now, I want to focus on now that, I'm emotionally available again. I just want to focus on the projects that I want to get going.
Right. Okay. So tell me about those because they all sound very interesting.
Okay, so
I know one of them is you're working on helping with boutique hotels, or is there just one? You have a past in interior design and architecture, correct?
I do.
Yeah.
Actually, I built houses with my brother-in-law back in Los Angeles, but it was primarily in Calabasas. And then I ended up designing our own gothic home, which you see on the Housewives,
Hmm.
which was such a labor of love. When David and I were on our honeymoon, we went to part of it. We went to Venice, and I was obsessed and I always have been, but I was obsessed with the Venetian architecture, and I incorporated that into the designs of the house that we ended up building. And I actually built it with my brother-in-law. And
Wow.
when we were laying down the foundation, I cut myself to put my blood in the foundation to secure it and to keep it safe. And then
Wow.
also buried um, smoky quartz in the four corners of the property to protect us.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, but I love architecture. That's why I love Miami, because I love actually Art Deco as well. So I have three projects that I'm super passionate about, which I've thought about for a few years now, except for my last one. But yes, I have been wanting to design a boutique hotel that, again, is focused on my beliefs, which is nature, spirituality. And I'm right now designing rooms that will either be in a 13 floor boutique hotel, or I'll have 13 rooms on a five floor. It depends. And also, in Miami, there's a lot of buildings that could definitely be renovated, and you keep the original Art Deco architecture, which is stunning. But when you walk in, it's an immersive experience, because what you walk into an Art Deco building, and then each room is strategically designed with a theme, and not like a Disney theme. It's to do with the elements. It's to do, because with the pentacle and the five-pointed pentagram, they represent goddess, earth, air, fire, water.
Mm.
So I want to incorporate
Oh, so
that.
it's not like every room's going to be haunted with a different spirit.
I mean, only if you want it to be.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that could be so fun. It could be like,
I would love.
how long can you stay in the room without the spirit coming out and freaking you out?
I know. I don't you love getting scared though. I love
Yes, I think that would be so fun. Every so often you read about a hotel somewhere in some random place that people believe is haunted and or a certain room that's haunted, and you kind of want to go there and see if it's all
I
fake, you
absolutely,
know?
no, I do. I absolutely do. But so anyway, so I'm going to draw on the inspiration of my Wiccan beliefs and my love for nature. But I think my main focus is sustainability, and I want to make it a green environment. I'm all about um, natural resources, and I do want to incorporate that. And I also I want to use like locally sourced materials and local artisans. I want to make everything local and give
So do
back to
you
the.
have a location for this already, or you're just coming up with
I've
plans?
seen a few locations. I actually want to finish the plans like 100%, because I don't want to put it out there in the universe until I know exactly what I want it to be, because then for me, that's when I'll do my manifesting.
Got it. Okay. So it's not
I
about
don't
finding the location that represents this to you and creating it. It's about creating it and bring it to wherever you want it to be.
exactly. I want to bring it to life. But with the theme rooms, I'm a big believer in sacred geometry as well, so I want to incorporate that into one of the rooms. But every single room will have sort of an immersive experience. It's something that I'm super passionate about, because I'm all about the details, and they say the devil's in the details, and it literally is. And I'm not going to be conjuring the devil, but I'm just saying that details are everything, and I want somebody to just feel a connection with these places, these rooms. And also I want to have a club in there and a restaurant. But am I
And
spiritually based shop, obviously, for
of course,
candles.
I'm already seeing this before you're saying it. And do you feel that this is going to be in Miami, or is this more of like a Vegas thing, or what? Where will it be?
I want it in Miami. I am so in love with Miami. I'd never thought that I would feel that way about another place, because I was in love with Los Angeles for 20 plus years. But when I came to Miami, when we were looking for places to live, the energy that Miami gives me is so healing. It's such
Mm.
a First of all, it's a diverse culture. Just everything about it feeds me. It's amazing, and the ocean is healing. It reminds me of Kona's, in Hawaii, the ocean. It just has a different vibration for me, and that's actually where my children and I used to spend most of our time during COVID. But I want I want this. I don't know. I'm excited because I want to give to the community that I live in. I want finally to be able to contribute.
Mm.
My faith is, yes, it is nature-based spirituality. And I want to be now able to be in a position to make a difference. And I want to promote, natural energy. Um, yeah, I want to leave a clean footprint when I go.
I
I
love
really,
that.
yeah.
I know this. I mean, this question kind of sounds below you, but I will ask, did you find it was important having that platform to be a Bravo star really puts you on a different level? Would you ever want to be on the Housewives of Miami? Would that help you with what you're talking about and having a clean energy platform? Do you feel like that helps or you don't care?
Um, no, I definitely look, I am forever grateful for Housewives. Sorry, I think my battery's about to die. I'm going to grab my charger in a sec. No, I'm forever grateful for Housewives. It's nothing that I have no regrets about doing it.
Mm.
But I don't think I want to do another reality housewife show again.
Yeah.
It served a purpose for a year. And it certainly, even however many years later, I still get DM from people that are interested in Wicca. Like Wicca is not a faith that you start. We don't, what is the word? Oh, I can't remember the word. I'm sorry. But Wic the Wiccan faith is something that you alone discover. So if you have an interest, you will find a way to just explore it. It's not, we don't recruit.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that. But
Right.
I think, I think with the project, with the hotel, and with my faith, it aligns so perfectly because with the pentagram, with the 5 points, like I said, is earth, spirit, earth, wind, fire, water. That is also that's renewable energy. You've
Mm.
got your sun, you've got, which is solar energy. You have your hydro energy, your water. You have your wind, which are wind turbines, which they don't allow in Miami. And then you have the Earth's energy, which is the heat that Earth naturally creates.
Mm.
So it just, for some reason, everything clicked for me with all of these projects that I want to do.
Mhm.
Um, and it is my time to give back. It really is, to make a difference.
You spoke earlier about a hydrogen energy project. Is that something different than the boutique hotel?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I want to incorporate it. So this one, it sort of fell into my lap, but it's a it's a boy. So especially in the cold parts of America, so people use fossil fuel to heat up their boilers to produce heat. This is a boiler that is a combination boiler, so it uses electric. So the maintenance on it is almost non-existent. It's been tested in the market for at least 6 years in Europe,
Hmm.
and it's not available yet in America. And it's another way to bring the way that solar panel energy is out here. It's another way to bring that um, renewable energy without depleting the natural resources of Mother Nature, because once they're gone, they are gone permanently,
Mm.
and you can't replenish them. But it's just for I am intrigued by it. I am exploring it further, obviously, but it's something that will make a huge difference. And the substantial savings that you would save on bills because you're not using gas and you're not letting out greenhouse gases into the environment. You're not destroying, you're just not destroying the atmosphere is something that I want to definitely get involved with. The problem is with me, when I start learning about something, I go down a rabbit hole. So
Mm.
I'll start trying to understand how do you extract heat from the Earth's core? Like how with the natural gases, for example, with the oils, like how does it all work? And the problem is it's such an infinite subject, and it
Yeah,
gets
there's so much information. You could be on it for years.
it's so confusing, and I think that is the problem. For anybody that wants to switch over to green energy, it's a complicated subject to understand, and
Sure.
it needs to be sort of a 101 guide. It is not that complicated if you're just dealing with the surface part of it. And
Mm.
people, especially out here in Miami, they have switched and are continuing to switch to solar panels. This company that I'm interested in right now, they make the solar cells. They are sort of a one-stop place. So they in Europe right now, they manufacture, they produce, they install, and they maintain it. Out here, you don't have that. For example, with the solar panels out here, you have to you buy the solar panels. They're not custom made to your roof. You have to then get another person to install it. Then you have to get another person to maintain it. So you having sort of all these cooks in the kitchen, and they don't always know what they're doing. So it can screw up the system.
Mm.
This with this company, it would be based now in America. It would just be your one point person. And
Right.
that's what I think appeal it to me is they produce it, they make it, they manufacture it.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, I want to ask you one more question. I know you said you don't want to do like another Housewives type show. Would you ever do another reality show?
Okay, well, I'm happy you asked.
Mhm.
I finished writing. I'm so excited about this because it tickles my fancy. It's a it's okay, so it's a paranormal reality show, and they are out there for sure. But this is very different, except for the fact that yes, we would be traveling across the country to renowned haunted sites. I would be inviting a celebrity guest to join me for the day. We would also we would explore sort of like the folklore of the location. We would explore the history of the location. And I would be traveling. I have two really good friends of mine that would be traveling with me because they tend to bring out the wicked in me and the mischievous. So, like when I think about them, I get giggly because the my one friend, I love to jump scare him, and I've never heard such a shrill, like a high pitched shrill. And that okay. So anyway, I digress. But anyway, part of this would be going to the haunted location, and the twist is that we would stay there overnight.
Mm.
That's where I get excited about because I love to tell ghost stories, and it would just it's a I think the reason why I think it's a unique concept is because it blends genuine human fear with humor.
Right.
So it's not just, focusing on it is, by the way, treating the environment, the location respectfully, because I do know that most of these places are haunted. So you're dealing with spirits, and that's something that you don't screw with. I would definitely have my little prayer of protection for myself and the crew, and the guests that's coming in, because yes, you can enjoy the sort of journey on it, but you also have to be respectful. You're not trying to sort of goad a spirit into appearing, because they're going to mess with you and they'll probably go home with you, which you do not want. No, you don't want anything negative attaching itself to you.